Okay, so as you have seen the previous webinar or the analysis on YouTube, I have talked about this recent market structure on daily time frame on Euro USD. So what has been happening after the previous analysis is I have showed you guys that we have taken liquidity from these previous daily candles and below this as well. So the major liquidity from the buy side has been taken here, and so I was expecting price to rise higher after mitigating this weak demand as I talked about this, but this has been missed by a little bit of pips. But the whole scenario, the whole picture is clear now, which we were looking at in previous week. So what market is trying to do right now is, as you can see the market structure, the last previous swing high was this and swing low was this, and this is the only pullback in between before this whole single leg. So this high will act and should act as liquidity for us. So initially what happened after this impulsive push, price mitigates this order block and reacted. Why reacted from this order block? Because this order block was valid here. Why valid? It has taken the liquidity from previous candles here. So this order blocks become valid, so market has to respect this. So market respected it, grabbed more liquidity from the buy side, and now trying to go higher now. And as we talked about it in last session, that we needed price to mitigate this demand before moving higher again. So we are sticking with our analysis from the previous week, that we are looking for some bullish pressure still on Euro USD before again moving down. So this will be the short analysis on Euro USD on daily time frame. Now let's jump on to the intraday time frame, because there is nothing much on 4 hour. If I'll show you, there is nothing much happening here. So jumping on to the 15-minute time frame and the structure here, and in the previous week, if I talk about the previous week when I created the analysis, we were somewhere here in this region somewhere when market closed. So I talked about that mm, price might take this inducement and mitigate this order block before going higher. But what has happened here and what I missed in the previous week was, before closing the market, price has closed, means sweep this low, and on the higher side as well. Before coming down, it has swept the high, and after sweeping this low becomes valid here, and after this low has been swept, if we see any market structure change in the lower time frames, we can look for the buys, because the liquidity has been taken. The whole case is for the liquidity only. So after the liquidity has been taken and market closed somewhere here, and market has been bullish since after. And talking about what might happen on the upcoming week, in the upcoming week, so talking about the market structure, the last market structure is somewhat this, right? So market initially broke this structure on 15, and after breaking this, market has again broke the high. So this will act as our change of structure. So after this change of structure, what should we look at? We should look at any sort of inducement to be taken, like these these two equal lows can be taken as inducement, and sorry, all these lows you see here can be taken as, can be considered liquidity, and the demand here extreme value demand here can act as a demand for buys. So this can be little extreme, but what might also happen, like if in initially market has already broken the 15-minute structure, so price can initially come down take this internal inducement and continue go higher, and this might not get mitigated. So this is also possible. So we have to look like what price does here when price opens here on the Monday. So let's see how price opens. So this will be the whole scenario. We'll be looking for bullish, anything bullish on Euro USD till when, as I showed you on the daily time frame, till price take out this high. So this high is important to be taken because this is the major liquidity here. So after this high is taken, then we'll on any structure change to the bearish side, we'll look for the shorts. So this will be the short analysis for Euro USD. Now going to GBP USD, a second pair. So same thing here as I talked about last week. This is our last structure. I'm not going behind it because I have talked about the previous market structure in previous video. So this was the whole structure here, and what market has been doing is price has means on daily time frame we cannot exactly see where is the inducement here. We might see it on lower time frames, but here it is not visible. So the major liquidity, if we talk about, is itself on the high. So this high can itself make itself liquidity. So we can see like price, if price goes higher, sweeps this high or mitigate something here, then we can look for shorts again to maybe break this low, or we'll see how price reacts. So this is all what daily is showing on GU. And as I talked about it on previous session as well on YouTube, this was our main demand area, right? So price has mitigated this here and now pushing higher. So on from next week, this whole wick can act as our demand to again go higher to take liquidity from this high. This is also our liquidity as well, but I will consider this high to be taken as per daily. And going to the lower time frames now. Um, Nothing major on 4 hour, if as we can see. Going on 15-minute structure. So EU and GU works a little bit different, but what has happened here, if I mark the last market structure. So, so this is the market structure we have. And on GU, if you remember, I just showed you prices has made the change in structure in the 15-minute time frame. But on GU, as you can see, price has still not taken the change the structure here. So we have to wait for GU little bit more. So what might happen here, if we see if we have any liquidity or something, this whole structure in between the internal structure is all messy and full of liquidity. So I'll just consider my extreme order block to be valid structure or valid demand. Or if we can see, there's nothing, so many wicks here, so I'll consider this only here. And if you remember last week on 15-minute, I showed you something in this area. You can refer to the analysis video on YouTube as well. I, I showed you every order flow here was mitigated. If you remember, this one, and this one as well, everything was mitigated. The only order block which was not mitigated was this one, which I suggested you. And what happened with the news? Price mitigated it and pushed higher. Whole week market was going higher, then coming down with the this was in the midweek. So it came down, mitigated it, and now going higher. So now on 15 minute, we haven't broken yet, but if we break higher above this, then maybe this area will become our inducement. And if we come down and mitigate this order flow or this order block, then we can look for bullish bullish sentiment for the week. Or if price stays bearish, comes down below these lows, then price can of course come here in the extremes before going again higher. So both the things are possible on GU because it is moving a little bit different than EU. So I'll consider to just wait for more price action on GBP USD. So that's all for the GBP USD. Now let's jump on to the another important pair, which is gold, right? Which we have talked about in the previous week as well. So after price mitigated this last supply here, which I'm talking about from last 2 weeks, price has been falling. And as I have told, during the Diwali time in India, price of gold will rise, and same thing has happened. See, this single daily candle has been engulfing previous 2 or 3 daily candles here, and it can rise again higher with the market open, because on Monday the main festival Diwali is on Monday, so price can rise higher or maybe break this high, because price can either um, sub respect the supply or even go higher to fill more imbalances and respect the main supply here. So let's see how market reacts with the Diwali on Monday. That's all on daily time frame. Jumping on to the lower time frames, this was the market structure here. So price has for short time shifted to the bullish side. So I will be expecting price to go higher, and price should take all these highs here as liquidity. So, and we can't means surely say if price can impulsively go higher like this, or price should give some pullback here in corrective manner, then go higher impulsively to mitigate this, because it's nothing majorly shown on 4 hour time frame. Talking about 15 minute, which I'm most interested in, as market after breaking this low has changed the structure. So after this change in structure, what I see is, as per structure, this as my liquidity. And if price comes down, starts coming down, forming like, if we see this is whole bullish structure, and if we see any bearish structure forming here, I will expect price to take out this low and then go higher. And price might, as we are aggressively bullish, price can sweep this liquidity and go higher. And the best scenario will be to mitigate this order flow here. If this order flow gets mitigated, then also we can look for buys aggressively, because the liquidity will be taken already. So this will be the scenario on gold, not going below 15 minute right now, because that will be too risky, and we are just analyzing the market. This is not any signal or something. We're just showing you the best probability what might happen in the market. So these will be the analysis for these 3 pairs which I trade mostly. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask one by one by raising your hand. Do you guys have any question? Hello.
Well, I don't have any
No
doubts.
question.
Okay.
If
If anyone
anybody
have any
have, I'm ready
question,
to.
yeah, if anyone have any question regarding anything, or if you want me to analyze any other pair for you, just ask me.
Can you move to Euro GBP?
Which one?
Euro GBP.
Euro GBP.
Wait,
We have just analyzed Euro GBP. I'll be uploading this webinar on YouTube. You can watch the video and you can look for the analysis there. We have already analyzed Euro GBP, GBP USD, and gold.
Do you mind if you analyze from USDCAD, please?
USD CAD analysis. USD CAD is showing us. So USD CAD has been extremely bullish. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit as per the higher time frame. Not going too further back. Price has been bullish. If you see in the market right now on weekly time frame, the market has been bullish. And what recently happened was price took this major liquidity, which was from 2017, which has been taken in 2021. After taking that liquidity, price has been extremely bullish because we have taken the buy side liquidity here. So after taking the liquidity, and if you guys have seen that we are in the premium now, and so from the premium area we can start looking for some reactions from the market, because we can't say that price might go down from here, because after taking this sell side liquidity, price has been bullish and we have not taken any sell side liquidity from the, we have not taken the buy side liquidity. Sorry, this is the sell side liquidity down here. I've been saying wrong. This is the sell side liquidity and the buy side. So buy side has not been taken. So the major liquidity on the buy side is still intact and the sell side has been taken. So price, what can happen is price can temporarily, for temporary time, price can fall before again going higher. But this whole scenario can take few weeks or few months or maybe years to happen, because this is the extremely high weekly time frame here. So we have to see that. But the to show this weekly time frame scenario, because if you have the higher picture in your mind, then you know what you should be looking at when you are on the lower time frames. So jumping onto the daily, I don't know when I analyzed this, but after mitigating this, one of the low probability bearish order flow, price has been reacting from that. And what can happen here is price can actually fall down little further to actually mitigate this order flow or demand before moving more higher. So this is a possibility, price can fall as per daily. Moving further down on low time frame, the structure is bullish. So for price to come down as per daily in this, price has to fight with this demand here, because price is bullish here. This was the structure, then this was the structure. If I mark for you, this is the structure we have. So price can fall and more fall, take this extreme liquidity and then go higher. So we have two scenarios. If price reacts and gives us some reaction on lower time frame for bullishness, we can buy from this. Or if price breaks below this, then we can look for sell initially, then we can look for buys from in this demand. But all this can take time, so stay with the market with patience. Don't get greedy, don't get FOMOs. So that will be the on 4 hour. And on 15 minute, as you can see, we are bearish. So on any pullback, you should look at more selling pressure coming in, I think so. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest you selling here, but or you should look at buy simply in this 4 hour demand zone. That will be more high probability. If price goes higher, more than like 50% of this leg, then only I'll suggest you to sell, because in this scenario, what might happen, price can give you small pullbacks, like sorry, like small pullbacks, and then again go down, and you might miss that quick move. So better if price give you bigger pullback above 50%, then look for some sells here for at least this area, which is around 1.35 to 00. So that will be more high probability. So that will be for USD quick short analysis. Any other questions, guys?
Can you look at CADJPY?
CADJPY. Okay. Okay, I had analyzed this also previously for the group. Okay, simple, not complicating anything. Mark the market structure. So this has been our market structure. Okay. Price has taken this low, which was the main liquidity here, and again pushed higher, breaking the structure, and still intact, nothing happened. Price took this liquidity here. Okay, so we are bullish, but what has happened here? Price has not taken this liquidity sweep. I mean, price has not swept this high and reacted before that only. So that shows me price is not right now. Price is not interested in going higher because price might not have much liquidity to actually break this high or sweep this high. So what can happen? Price can little bit fall down more before going higher. What usually happens when these things happens in the market? So what I can see, this can act as our demand, as lows has been taken here, liquidity has been taken here. So this, if price falls in this demand, we can look for longs. Yeah, nothing major on 4 hour time frame. directly jumping onto the 15. That was a huge drop. So after such huge drops, what might happen is, yeah, this is still intact, right? So what might happen? Price can start some little bit of corrective pullback to at least mitigate this order flow here, because this was the last up move before this fall. So price can go higher correctively. Sorry, building more liquidity here and then go down, taking all this liquidity and mitigating this before again going higher. So if price moves up correctively and mitigates this order flow, then I'll suggest you to look for some shorts. Otherwise, don't do anything if because market can make internal structures or can range for weeks in a range. So we don't want to be stuck in those situations. So if price comes higher, mitigates and gives us some uh, criteria to enter into the market, then we'll look for shorts. That's all I can see on CADJPY. Nothing major.
Yeah, there is some liquidity on. If you go back to the daily, you'll see something like 4 candles look like a liquidity pool. So I actually there is that low, the most recent low. No, according to structure, the most
This
recent
one,
one. You marked with a circle or something.
this.
Yeah. If you draw a trend line, there is all that liquidity for something like 4 days, 4 to 5 days.
This you like this?
No,
No.
it's like it looks like a supply or just okay, it's like a horizontal line. If you draw a horizontal, it's like you just look at those 5 days from when you marked that low.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5.
No, going forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These.
Yeah, all that area.
Yeah.
So I apparently initially I looked at it as liquidity, and I was fearing to take buys.
Okay.
Because I thought that it would be taken out, but then it had failed to be taken out, and I kind of missed that. That's why I wanted to maybe like enlighten me on that. Can you see
this
those
is
there?
no, this is extreme demand. Actually, this is higher time frame daily. Okay, so what you should be looking at on a higher time frame is the main liquidity, the inducement. So the inducement here has been taken and price gave a good reaction here. So whole this wick can act as demand for you,
Okay.
right? And going down to 4 hour in this area, you'll see price has not been able to even sweep this low as well, right? If we keep going down on lower time frames, you will see there will be some demand here that has been mitigated before the price moved higher. And if you can simply see, like I have showed this on in the group as well, if I'm not wrong, like price has changed the structure here, and after changing the structure, price has taken all this liquidity. This was the main liquidity, if I am not wrong, before this high. So after taking the liquidity, price went even lower, mitigated something here on maybe 15 minute, and then started moving higher. Yeah, so the main thing here, what happened was price took the daily inducement, and after that, this whole you can look at like the accumulation of orders before expanding to the higher side, because that's
Okay. So if it
basically
takes out that main liquidity, I don't need to look at these other forms, or I don't need to focus a lot on them.
Yeah, so you just need, like, if I draw the structure, like suppose this is the main market structure, right? Not like this structure, and this is your main liquidity. So if price comes down, takes out this liquidity, then go higher, that is possible, because on daily time frame, on a higher time frame, the structure is more clear to the eyes, and because there is no substructures and things. And if I show you, like, on 15 minutes, the same structure will look like this, right? This structure will look like this. So you have to look like what the multiple time frame structures are showing you, because considering this red one as your daily time frame and this black one as your intraday 15-minute time frame, so when the market is bullish on daily time frame, there is a possibility the 15-minute is in this bearish form, right? So you should not get confused in this, and wait for this inducement to be taken, then look for buys again. This should be your main focus and not the internal structures. That's how you should correlate your daily time frame and your intraday time frame, because we are not positional traders, we are intraday traders or intersession traders. Hope you understand what I was trying to show you here.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Once the main liquidity is taken, I just need to focus on the main liquidity.
Yeah, when the liquidity is taken, just look at the market on lower time frames. If it gives you the change in structure, you can go for the trade then. So let's what you need to see is higher time frame structure, lower time frame order flow, then what? Wait for a sweep or run run on liquidity, then break of structure in your pro direction, then trade from the uh, trade from your POI on smaller time frame, which took the liquidity and broke the structure. So these should be your focus. What you need to see: high time frame structure, low time frame order flow. Then after you have marked all these and identified these things, wait for the sweep or the liquidity to be taken, which I showed you the inducement on the lower time frame as well. Then break off structure in your pro trend, like on 15-minute the price was bullish, but in on higher time frame we were bearish, right? So suppose this is your POI, so wait for 15-minute to come in this POI, and then wait for some sweep to happen and a break of structure, then we will look for sells. That's all we have to look at. Hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yes.
great.